Good morning, children. Yesterday, I had sent a video. The topic was weathering the storm in Ersama. In this lesson, you have seen that Prasant is a main character. Prasant went to his friend's house in Ersama. Ersama is a place in the story where Prasant had gone to his friend's house on dated 27th October 1999. It was 7 years after his mother's death. In the evening, there came a superstorm. Heavy and continuous rain filled the darkness. Trees were uprooted. The waters entered his friend's house. The speed of the wind was 350 km per hour. You can imagine the speed of the wind. And you can feel the destruction. Everything was destroyed there. The scene of destruction was horrible, fearful. Prasant and his friends' family had taken refuge on the roof. I think you know the word refuge. From this word, a word refugee has been made, यानी शरण लेना, या refugee means शरणार्थी. So, Prasant and his friends' family had taken refuge on the roof. Prasant would not forget the horrible scene that he saw. He was greatly shocked to see a huge sheet of water all over. It covered everything as far as the eye could see. Houses were broken, dead animals and human bodies floated everywhere. Huge trees had fallen. 2 coconut trees had fallen on the house of Prasant's friend. Its tender coconuts kept them alive for several days. For a couple of days, Prasant sat huddled on the rooftop with his friend's family. They were nearly frozen in cold wind. Prasant thought of his family. He decided to go, though his friend's family asked him to stay back. Prasant was worried about his family. So he got a strong stick. He then started on his 18-kilometer journey to his village. The distance from his friend's house and his village was 18 kilometers. The flood waters were swollen. Prasant waded through water. On the way, he found 2 friends of his uncle. They were also returning home. They had to push away many floating dead bodies of human beings and animals to move ahead. There were hardly any houses left in the villages that they passed. Prasant wept, thinking that no one in his family would have survived. Prasant reaches his village. Finally, Prasant reached his village, Kalikuda. You should remember the name of Prasant village, Kalikuda. The roof was the only thing that was left of his house, so he went to the Red Cross shelter to look for his family there. He saw his maternal grandmother there. It was a miracle for them to see Prasant alive. They had thought Prasant to be dead. Prasant's family was there. Prasant decided to assess the damage and the danger awaiting the survivors. All the houses in the village had been washed away. Prasant organized a group of youths of his village. It pressurized the merchant to give them some rice. They made a fire and cooked the rice. However, the rice was rotting. His next step was to clean the place of filth. Filth is dirt, urine, and floating dead bodies. On the fifth day, a military helicopter dropped food, but it did not return. The group deputed the children to lie there. They had the empty utensils on their stomachs. It was to communicate to the passing helicopters that they were hungry. Finally, they got food through airdropping. Prasant became a savior. Savior is called Mukti Data, जो मुक्ति प्रदान करे. He brought the orphaned children, orphaned anath children, and made a shelter for them. He asked the women to look after them. But he soon found that women and children were sinking deeper and deeper in their grief. He made them join the Food for Work program. It was started by a non-government organization, NGO. He engaged other volunteers to help keep widows to start their lives. He also believed that orphans should be resettled in their own community. 6 months passed. Soon after the super cyclone, Prasant now thought about himself. Earlier, he had no time to bother about his own pain. The widows and orphan children of the village thought of Prasant only in their hours of grief. Dear children, just you have seen the daredevillery work of Prasant. His leadership quality saved many children, people of Odisha. This place is there. Ersama is there in Odisha. And cyclones are common, you know, and people, animals, and trees are affected by the effect of cyclones in the coastal areas. So, just you have seen the work of humanity of Prasant. So I think you will listen this video, listen this summary of the lesson again and again. And I think you are going to do better. Thank you, children.